being able to say no. And that actually brings it to the last aspect, which is the guardian. And it's not being a gatekeeper. It's not stopping access, but it's allowing the executive to have sort of plausible deniability at time, and you
Yep.
being able to go around and say, no, that's not happening. You can be the bad guy, keep their ledger clean for when it's needed, and take that burden almost. And being able to be the person that turns around and says, no, this isn't the right time. It's a great idea, but we need to be concentrating on these things at the moment, but
Right.
we can come back to it later. Or just saying, we haven't got time. He hasn't got time. She hasn't got time to be looking at this.
I think, look, the guardian issue is essential. I mean, these are all very important, but the guardian issue, again, it's because AI and inputs, they're just overwhelming. And the CEO or an executive, whatever it is, whoever it is that you're, defending, the CEO, whoever it is that you're defending, ultimately, they can't always say no. There are political implications, there are institutional implications, and, CEOs are not meant to be the bad guys, but somebody needs to be around there. And in an executive office, generally the chief of staff is. And you really need to be able to say to people, she's not available for that, or she can't do that. That's not a good use of time. And again, the executive admin is charged with sort of dealing with the rhythm of an executive schedule, right? And sort of how to protect their time in a very particular way that's strategic, but nevertheless important. And sort of, but bounded by this four corners of the schedule. Whereas the chief of staff needs to look at time, energy, effort as where's the organization going? Where does it need to be going? And are we experiencing some drift here? Because drift happens so often. And you've got to have somebody to control for that. And it needs to be somebody, again, coming back to who can't own anything, because then you're advocating for a particular point of view. If you come at this and say, look, I'm going to step back and sort of provide you the analysis around why we can't do this, but we should be doing that. When you don't own anything, there's a legitimacy to that argument that you just don't have when you do own something. And so I think it's really important that you not only be able to say no to your boss and your executive, but you also need to be able to say no externally and tell people, no, you're not entitled to that. This is not an opportunity for you to just sort of naturally take advantage of a situation. You just can't do it.